Today's review, we will be looking at the 1949 adaptation of Robert Penn Warren's novel, the Pulitzer Prize winning novel, All the King's Men, directed by Robert Rossen. It stars Broderick Crawford, John Ireland, Joanne Drew, John Derrick, Shepard Strudwick, and Mercedes Cambridge. Now, this right here is my favorite political film ever. Now, I'll be honest, I don't like politics. I just find everything about politics to be very, very boring. But just my personal taste, no big deal. But in this right here, we have cinematic greatness. It is the way that everything in this movie happens, the way that things unfold, the way that the characters are drawn, the all the developments, very, very highest degree possible. I love this film to pieces. It's just amazing. So the movie, as I said, it's about politics. It's from the 1940s, but it's even if you don't like politics, just watch this movie. I think that you'd have a really fun time with it because it's not just a political tale. That's what movies are really about, but the subtext of it can really give it its juice, its essence. Its essence about honesty and corruption and whatnot. So the movie is about a man named Jack Burden who lives in the southern states. I think it's like Louisiana, and he goes to check out this honest man named Willie Stark, who's played by Broderick Crawford, who's the main character. Apparently, Willie Stark is a very honest man, and you don't really get that whole lot in politics. He wants to be treasurer, but of course doesn't get it, and he wants to study law at law school. Figures that by doing law that he'll be more cut out for politics, learn more about things. So yeah, eventually he grows and grows, Willie, and even Jack grows, and so yeah, even though Willie doesn't get the position that he wanted, people soon regret that after this major tragedy at a schoolhouse. So, yeah, afterwards, Willie does get elected, and Jack covers more stories about him. And, yeah, a whole bunch of people gather around Willie, and they really want him to keep up his honesty and really serve the town and the state for the better. Even Jack really wants Willie to further his political career. Eventually, grow to be governor of the state. And it's so brilliant the way that as I said, like something like this, it's just I have to repeat myself with how great this film is. And so yeah, after some time with Willie getting to be his new friend, he ends up Jack ends up gathering some friends, and more people in the town start to believe in Willie. And once Willie does become governor of the state, he gets more and more corrupt, more and more selfish, more evil as a person. Now, although Willie is doing a brilliant job of serving the state, like there's so much money's pouring in, and he's doing such a good job benefiting the state that, but he's still becoming a worse and worse person. Like all the money that comes in, he makes so much deals and violence erupts in a bid for him to get all the evil, all the money. Sorry, all evil, and he rigs the the police station and the newspapers so that only his friends are involved, so that he doesn't get so that nothing comes out about his corruption. But Jack and everyone that he knows, they all know how bad Willie's become, and they soon start to regret their decisions. Now, there's a subplot in this involving Jack's girlfriend and her family, and it yeah, I even thought that the romance in this was brilliant. Even though the romance isn't really the focus of the film, still is really really well done. And getting to know, okay, getting to know her family, the people that are around her, and yeah, Willie's rise to power from honest to dishonest, and yeah, it's just brilliant because you often wonder, because Willie is serving the state so well, is it, you know, should you just turn a blind eye if he's doing a really good job politically? Like if he gets the money and everything, then he's able to get all the best doctors money can buy. Should you just turn a blind eye with everything else? Yeah, you often wonder that. And yeah, all the deals that he's been making, like he doesn't kill anybody, but at the same time, he is more and more corrupt. But at the same time, he's doing such a good job politically. I know that I'm kind of repeating myself, but those are just some questions to ponder while you're watching this great film. Yeah, never before have politics been more riveting, more exciting on screen. Some people consider this to be a film noir. I don't. But it is massively thrilling. All the subplots in this, all A1. They remade this in 2006 with Sean Penn as the Willie Stark character, and that one received pretty bad reviews from everybody, not just critics. I haven't seen it. I don't plan on seeing it, simply because this one is just brilliant. Yeah, 1948 and 1949 were just simply really competitive years for film. I mean, like this year alone, 1949, there was this, Adam's Rib, The Bicycle Thieves had its North American release date in 1949. And there was White Heat, James Cagney. Broderick Crawford won the Oscar for Best Actor as Willie Stark. Brilliant, totally deserving. Except for when you look at James Cagney in White Heat. Yeah, personally for me, I thought that it should have been Cagney, but because it was ultimately Crawford that was nominated for the Oscar, he deserved the win. The speeches that he gives, he's on fire. Now, yeah, there are some fire, some flames in the background of him delivering some of his speeches, but yeah, Broderick Crawford just brilliant in this. It didn't win every Oscar in its respective year, but it won a few. It won Best Actor, Best Supporting Actress, and Best Picture. Yeah, Robert Rossen didn't win Best Director, and that's fine. Some other film, I don't even remember what film it was, won that year instead of All the King's Men. But yeah, I just love this movie to pieces. It is so brilliant. I got to give this film. Well, I don't have to give it 4 stars. I want to give it 4 stars.